Carlos was traveling in Chile. Too many changes had taken place in his life. He had separated from his wife, had argued with a brother, felt stuck at work, so he decided to take a route through the Chilean country in search of tranquility and distraction. After a fantastic day visiting the Atacama Desert, he headed towards Antofagasta. There was the hotel where he was staying. He had been going around several times without finding the exact address, so he asked an old woman if she could help him locate himself. The lady very kindly offered to accompany him to the place, so he wouldn't get lost. Carlos was fascinated by the kindness and hospitality of the locals. Since he had arrived, everyone had offered to help without asking for anything in return. The young man was walking behind the lady through some streets that he didn't recognize, but he thought that they could be shortcuts that only the locals knew. They were increasingly separated from the city, and in darker areas. He was beginning to doubt that the old woman really knew the way, so he preferred to ask her, "Excuse me, madam, are you sure the address is this way?" At that moment, the old woman turned around, and Carlos let out a terrible scream of fright. A long, twisted tongue dropped from the woman's mouth. Her eyes were bright yellow. She had hooves for feet, and her fingernails had grown into huge claws. Carlos started to run desperately, but that creature threw itself on top of him, digging its nails into his neck. His long tongue tasted the blood that oozed from the torn neck. Then it ripped apart his torso, cracking the ribs and creating a red puddle on the floor. With the lightness of a surgeon, it grabbed the heart with its fingernails and proceeded to savor its favorite part. When it finished the mouthful, it continued with the interior of the young man, disintegrating the body and swallowing all his organs. Minutes later, when it was satisfied, the monster straightened up. Its face grimaced with effort, and its body mutated into that of a cat. However, the hind legs were hooves, similar to those of a goat or donkey. With subtlety, the creature now turned into a cat, escaped from the scene of the crime without even a trace of having existed. According to legend, ghouls come out at night looking for victims to kill and devour. They can transform into whatever they want, people, animals, but what they never manage to change are their goat legs, so it's the only way that exists to distinguish them. Don't trust anyone you don't know without first looking at their feet. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. And if you want to see more horror videos, subscribe to our channel.